Welcome back to another episode of Gumball Love. I'm your host, Melissa Ledger, and today I have two very special guests. I'm starting a brand new series for you to listen to happily married couples, because I feel like there's so much dating advice out there, and all of us single girls kind of get lost in all of these articles and top 10 lists and all of these different things. So I have my friend Gisa and her amazing husband on the phone. So say hi, you guys.
Hi, everybody.
So I met Gisa at Fred Astaire Midtown Dance Studio, and we have known each other for the past year. I just celebrated my 1-year anniversary at dance. And I've just noticed these two are total lovebirds. And I haven't really sat down and asked them about their relationship, about their marriage, but I've observed some things. So I just wanted to bring you guys on and learn about it just in real time with everybody else. And I love asking couples these questions. We've talked a little bit about it. But for my audience, mainly, just so you guys know, it's mainly single girls or girls that have had a lot of bad luck in relationships. They've dated a lot of the bad boys, the guys that are putting in the minimal effort, or they are confused. Is this the right guy? Is this enough? Is this the right relationship? Should I be asking for more? Am I being too picky? And so you don't have to answer all of those questions, but what I love to ask is how you met first. And I'll tell you kind of why I'm asking these questions toward the end, because I don't want to spoil it. But so just tell us like how you guys met, how long you've been married, and how your love story started.
Okay, so the first thing I want to say is like how you said bad relationships, past relationships. We both had many of those before we met each other.
Okay.
So many of those guys that you were saying, I went through those. So my family knows Michael's family. My parents were born in Italy. Michael's parents were born in Italy, maybe an hour and a half away from each other. So we always knew of each other, but we really never started hanging out till I had a home that needed things to be fixed.
Okay.
And Michael's a carpenter, so
okay.
My dad would like call, Michael, he could come fix it, family friends. So that started with fixing things at my home. And one day my girlfriend says, why don't you go out with him? And I was like, oh, maybe, I don't know. And that's how it kind of started. And I invited him out, and that was it.
And this was in Italy?
No, this was here. It was here, but that's how we know each other, because our parents were both born in Italy. They both live here now in the United States.
Oh, okay. So how long ago was this, Gisa?
We met 18 years ago.
18 years ago.
Yes,
wow.
We dated for 3 years, and then we got married.
Oh, I love it. Okay, so tell me about that very first, what was your first date like? Or maybe, Michael, you can tell us, like, what'd you think when she said, hey, do you want to go out? Or what was that? Did you invited him on a date, or you invited him over? Or what happened?
I have a house down the shore, so I said, do you want to come down the shore?
Ooh.
I was a little nervous at first, but I guess nervous and anxious. And,
okay.
I went down there with mixed reservations. I was going to turn up, but actually wind up having a good time.
That's funny.
You ended up finding a wife out of the deal.
Yeah, at first it was more like, friends. Okay, we could be friends.
Right. Because like I said, he would come over and fix stuff. We'd talk. I mean, it really, really didn't even not that it didn't cross my mind. Yes, I always thought he was handsome and attractive, but I don't know, just didn't think of that. And then when my girlfriend brought it up, I'm like, oh, see, it's when you least expect it. That's what happens.
Nice. So, okay. So you just start hanging out immediately after that, or what happened after that first kind of date?
Then it was all the time.
Then it was all the time.
Kind of.
Yeah, after the first kiss, then it was all over.
Really? It really is in the first kiss?
Yeah. We both had a lot of bad relationships. When you talk and you meet, oh my God, we both came from a lot of winners, as you would say. And yeah. When you find the right one, you just know it. You just know it.
So let me ask each of you, what was different?
Oh, just like we were best friends. We're best friends. We could do anything. My friends want my husband to go out when we go out.
Yes.
So it's not just he's my husband, but he's also my best friend, and we have so much fun together. So much fun.
Yes.
That's part of it.
It's very obvious. You know, I would not have guessed you guys had been together 18 years, only because it looks like you're a newer couple,
Right.
just by the way you are together.
It's supporting each other. And, you know, he like, I do ballroom that you know, but he comes to every single one. I'll even say, honey, you've been to so many. They're long, tedious days. He's, I'm not missing one. It's the support. That's what it is. You just support what each other does and loves. He loves soccer, and he plays twice a week with the guys, and that's his love, and that's how it works.
Yes, I have to say that is one thing that stood out to me first, is the fact that you can endure the ballroom dancing competitions, Michael. Those are, even when you're in the competition, you're like, oh my gosh, how
long.
Yeah. How many, I mean, I think I counted, is it 800 heats in a competition in a day?
Oh yeah, I mean, we were in Vegas in July, and I danced about 5 hours straight.
Wow.
We didn't even have a whole Midtown table. It was just him and one other person
cheering. Oh my gosh.
For 5 hours.
Did you have the dog in Vegas?
No.
Okay.
She'll be at the next comp though.
Okay.
That's the other thing, our little dog. It's just such a joy.
Yes.
It's our family. Unfortunately, we weren't able to have children, so we have our little dog.
Yes, which dogs are kids too. I'm a dog mama.
Especially this one. She's very spoiled.
She is very spoiled. And she even has her own little ballroom dress.
Everything revolves around her. Right, Tina?
Yes, Tina comes. So you guys, Tina comes to the ballroom dance competitions in her little dress, and Michael holds the dog and watches his wife dance. And he is a total manly man. Like, this is like a man's man, and he sits there and supports his wife. It's quite amazing. Like,
and brings her to Home Depot, because my husband's a carpenter in construction, and he will bring Tina to Home Depot, no problem.
I love it. I love it.
That's to me amazing. Amazing.
It is. So, Michael, tell me, how did you know Gisa was different? If you had bad relationships, like, what was different about her versus the others in the very beginning?
I guess she just, I don't know. I guess the one word that stands out, full of life. Always, always having a good time, no matter what the situation is. You make the best of it, and you try to have fun, enjoy life.
Yes.
You just, she always put a smile on my face, and whatever we did, we had fun no matter what it was. Even if it was just watching a movie, you know, we'd be watching movies and just start cracking up. You know, it's stupid stuff we say to each other, and she makes me laugh. She makes me smile every day.
So how do you keep it going for 18 years?
Oh, gosh. So for 18 years, I have a note when I wake up every single morning. I'm not kidding.
You have a note.
So, you know the little box calendars, the 365 days of the year?
Yeah.
So I always get for Christmas a dog one, like a dog. So every day he rips off the date, whatever it may be, and he writes something on the back. It could be just simple as have a great day, or, oh my God, last night was so much fun, or, oh, good luck at dance today, have a great day in New York, whatever the situation is. But I find a note every single day on the kitchen counter, because he gets up for work at 5:30, and I obviously get up later, and I have that note waiting every single day.
And make sure you bring me home a pretzel after dance.
It's what we do. You just got to keep doing the little things. It's silly little things, but that's what it is. You just can't forget, and you can't take it for granted.
And this has been every day for 18 years.
But 15 years since we've been married, yes.
Oh my gosh. Yes. That is amazing.
Calendar every Christmas. I get it for Christmas, and then every day. Yep.
I love it. So sometimes when I ask married couples, the ones that I know are good, like you guys, I was like, oh, I got to get these guys on the podcast, because I want you to know that I have a whole tribe of women that they think back to when you had dated all those, how you said, quote unquote, winners.
Oh, yeah.
And the discouragement you feel, and you're like, am I ever going to meet somebody, and how will I know when it is the right person? So there's that piece of it that's so discouraging. But when single people, and especially now, there's so much out there with online dating and all this advice.
Oh my gosh.
What would you say to people that give advice that you have to? Okay, I'll ask Michael you this first. What would you say to a guy giving dating advice that there's 10 things that men want and you have to do these 10 things. So come prepared on a date to be able to do those 10 things. Or if they told you, don't say this or say this, what would you say to that advice? Or how does that even sound to you?
How does it sound?
Yeah.
The guys tell me like what I'm supposed to say?
No, like if let's say you have a daughter and she's listening to dating advice and someone's saying to her like, guys need you to do these 3 things and then they'll really like you. What would you say to that girl?
I say to that girl that the guy has to bring you fresh flowers every week. Every week. 'Cause that's what I do. Every week I have fresh flowers, a bouquet on the counter. When it dies, every week I bring a new bouquet. Flowers make me happy.
But I think
flowers.
he's the extreme.
Flowers make her happy. So, you know, she's always has fresh flowers on the counter. Whether it's a rose or a mixed bouquet or whatever the situation is. Flowers makes a girl happy.
All the girls are like, oh, it really does exist.
And it all sounds wonderful and great, but there are days that both of us are so cranky. We both own our own businesses. So there are days that we come home and, wow, the word cranky is huge. But you get through them, and it's not always perfect every day, but you always got to keep it's the little things. It's always the little things. And just being fun, just having fun.
Because life is short.
Life is too short,
it is
unfortunately.
very short.
It really is.
You make the best of every day.
And I think it happens to girls. I have 3 close best friends, all single, 35, 48, and 57, all age ranges, all trying to date, all trying dating sites, some really trying way too hard. It just happens when you least expect it. That's what my advice from all my past relationships. Like I said, Mike was fixing stuff in my home. I didn't even cross my mind. I mean, although then when my girlfriend kind of said it, I'm like, oh, he's right in front of my face, and I didn't even realize. Yeah. It just when you just trying to just relax with it, but you will know. You will know.
Was it my sexy carpenter jeans?
Yeah, the carpenter jeans. You can see the crack of your butt.
That's a plumber.
I don't know. You guys are turning into a cliche. Like you fell in love with like the handyman, and then he brings you flowers. I don't know, you guys getting a little too perfect.
It does sound crazy, but it's real. Like all my friends, even my gay friends, they all say, "I want a Mike." Yeah. Yes. They do.
I know. He's so great.
Like I wonder too. It's bizarre. It's very. I don't know. You think it's rare, but hopefully you don't think it's not rare because everybody deserves a Mike.
The ladies are the men out there. Don't ever give up.
Yeah.
Keep trying.
There's someone out there.
There's someone out there for everyone.
But there are Mikes out there.
Don't give up.
Yes.
Yeah, I had some really doozies, real doozies before Mike. Oh my God.
So you said that you had girlfriends that are trying too hard. Tell me what that looks like, from both your perspectives. Like, what do you think they're doing that you wish they would stop? Or if you could guide them, what would you say?
They're trying too hard.
Yeah,
like every guy, they find every little picky thing about him. That this is thing, or I don't like his hair. I don't like this. I don't like that.
Give him a chance.
Give the guy a chance. You could do a different haircut. He could cut his hair. He can shave. Just give him a chance.
Right.
Oh no, this guy walks funny. It's like really, this guy walks funny.
There are some girls that just have to relax with it.
Yeah,
right?
they're just too picky.
Yeah.
So they're too picky about the things that aren't important, like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. So we've seen that perspective. And then I have another girlfriend who does give a lot of guys chances, no matter, like you said, any height, any religion, whatever. But they just turn out to be, very just strange guys. Mm-hmm. So we see it from both perspectives.
So what do you think about when people say you've got to play the game?
I don't know. No games.
No games? Why?
Be honest with each other. Be honest. If you like somebody, I like you. You want to pick up the phone and call them. Not, I got to wait for him to call me. I don't know. I don't know. All those silly games, I feel like, you know what? Like my friend back then, she's like, why don't you call him, invite him down the shore? I'm like, really? What? So what? And I did. I'm the girl. I called him, invited him down the shore. You know?
Yeah.
And if I would have waited, maybe it wouldn't have worked out. Maybe Mike never thought that I'd be interested or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. Just go with what you're feeling and be honest. No games.
I think it was the bikini and a nice tan line.
A bikini and nice tan lines. It is a nice, yeah.
Help, I guess.
Gisa does have a smoking hot bod, so
Thank
the
you.
ballroom dancing does show for sure.
Thanks, Melissa. But
Yeah.
no games. You want to speak to someone, call them. You want to see them. You know, I don't know. You hope it's reciprocated on both ends from the guy and the girl. But.
So I'm going to play the devil's advocate because we have this whole industry that's saying to us, no, Gisa, like, that's not how it works. You've got to, like, you can't just tell a guy you like him because then you'll scare him away. You have to, you have to play hard to get.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, you can play hard to get a little bit, very little, but then you just,
Just be honest
yeah,
with your
because if
feelings.
you play too much, the person's going to lose interest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what you think.
Yeah, you can play a little hard to get.
Right.
But
It's not like I'm going to be, oh my gosh, calling you, texting you 400 times.
Yeah.
But, like, you know what? Hey, I wanted to ask you out, so I did. You know, and you know, would I have hounded you? No. But, yeah, I know what you're saying. I get both sides. I do. But I guess from my experience, I just wanted to be upfront and honest, and it worked out for me.
Yes.
When you least expect it. Like I said, we were good friends before that. And then, I mean, I never crossed my mind that we'd date, but
Kind of didn't either, but then
it just kind of happened.
So how did you make that transition from friendship into dating?
Oh, God, easy. It was just, I think it was just me asking you down the shore.
I actually felt it was
It wasn't even like, do you want to go out for coffee? Do you want to come down the shore and stay over?
You just got right to the point.
Right. Well, you know.
Yeah, I mean, the first kiss was a little awkward. It felt a little
it was
funky.
funny. Yeah, right. And it was gradual. Everything happened gradual. The kiss, the other stuff, everything was gradual. It was great. It happened when it was supposed to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just became a couple pretty much immediately.
Yeah, immediately. Yeah. And then we were a couple for 3 years before we got married.
Wow.
A glass of wine helps once in a while. Too.
Yeah.
A glass of wine helps.
Yes.
We have a glass of wine with dinner every night.
Calms the nerves a little bit, gives you courage to ask or do what you normally wouldn't do. But
Right.
in the scheme of things,
So funny.
in the scheme of things.
I think everyone's getting the idea of why it's so fun to have Mike around with these.
I know.
Yes.
So
You are so fun, and I will never forget when we had a mini competition in the studio, and we all went to dinner. There was a whole group of girls, just Mike and all of the girls, and he bought us all dinner. I was like, oh my gosh, beautiful meal, such a nice restaurant, and just so gracious and kind, and that was so nice of you. Just
wonderful.
We gotta do
Yes.
that again.
Yeah. My friends love him, and that's how it should be.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so, Mike, it seems like you do enjoy just hanging out with, because a lot of guys can't do this. Like, they can't go and sit with their significant other and her girlfriends and just enjoy an evening. Like, why do you think guys can't do that?
He doesn't think that's his favorite thing to do, right?
I'm with a bunch of fine-looking ladies. What's wrong with that? I don't get it.
Having fun.
What man would want to do that?
Right?
I don't
Yeah.
get it.
You don't get it either?
I don't get it. What man wouldn't want to do that? Hang out with your significant other and all her good-looking friends.
Right. It just seems simple.
Not just visually, but inside. They're very, they're all beautiful people inside too, not just on the outside.
Yeah.
And I have fun. Every time I go out, I have fun.
You gotta make it good.
You gotta make it worth your while. You gotta make it fun. You just don't sit there and, just thinking.
Even if it's not your favorite place, right?
No, I mean,
Right. There's gonna be
like
time.
everybody always approaches me like, oh, when you gonna dance? When you gonna dance? I always tell everybody, I'm not a ballroom dancer. I love my wife. I love supporting. I love watching the dance. I watch Dancing with the Stars. But my is soccer. That's what I do. You're not going to get me on a dance floor.
Oh, they do. They really hound them to dance.
You can give me a couple drinks. I'll
And I
dance.
would never push it either. Like, I know that's
I'll
not
dance,
his
but I'm
thing.
not a ballroom dancer. That's not my thing. I don't love it for myself, but I love it for my wife. It makes her happy, and it makes me happy to see her happy. So I support her. Just like she supports me. She's been to my soccer games. She's watched me win the three-peat once, we played up in Whippany. It was actually next morning, right after
the
a comp.
It was so funny at his soccer game.
I had a soccer game right after a comp
Championship game
3
the
years
day
ago.
after.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And we won 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
And she happened to be there, took pictures of us and all that.
Crazy.
So it was great.
That's so great.
Me and,
No, your guy has to want to come along with you and your friends. They really do. That's a must.
But that's life.
But then he could also say, honey, go with your girlfriends. It's girls' night out. He's not like insisting on coming, whatever. It's got to be both.
Yeah, I have found that with the best couples, it's so easy for me to hang out with her and her significant other or her husband because she can be herself with him. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
When you're with somebody when the husband's there and she's different, then you know it's a bad relationship because you're like,
be who you are when he's there and not there, and I feel I don't think I change at all.
no, you don't.
And if Mike comes, awesome. If for some reason, he says I can't, I miss him, but I still go out with my girlfriends and have a great time, and he loves that. You have fun, like it's nice. You come home, how was your night? It's not like where'd you go, what'd you do? That's the other thing. You can't hound each other. You just can't.
Haven't missed a comp yet?
No.
You've never missed a competition.
No.
It's like dancer talk here. I know when I'm like, what is comps? Oh, competitions. I was like, what are they talking about?
Crazy.
That is amazing.
That's what life's about, though. You take the good with the bad. I mean, we experience sadness. We experience
a lot.
happiness, confusion. But when you have a significant other, you work it out. One day she's feeling down, I pick her up. One day I'm feeling down, she picks me up. And that's what life's about, the good, the bad, and everything else in between. You just can't be happy all the time. You can't be sad all the time. You make the best of every day, and you try to get the most out of that day. Because then, tomorrow's another day, and fortunately, we don't know how long all of us are going to be here.
Yes.
So try to make the best of every day.
Yes, exactly.
Pick something good out of every day.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, this is just, I can't tell you how refreshing it is to hear this. And I know, like, every time I talk to a couple like you guys, it's just, for you guys, it sounds, and it is simple. I mean, it's like, it's so effortless for both of you. Not that you don't put effort in, but you're both, you're two complete people. You're independent, yet you have this partnership, and you both know what you have to do. And I'm telling you what, like, just hearing this will help so many people, because you know how it is if you've both been in relationships where you're doing all the work.
Oh, absolutely. No. Or where you have to beg someone to see you or come be with you or hang out with you. It's awful. Awful.
Yes.
No, it's awful.
So what would you tell women that are in those situations where they have guys that are really great to them sometimes, and then they get...
You know what I would tell them? They have to be great to you all the time.
All the time.
All the time. Yes, like Michael said, we will all have bad days. That's different. Or,
Well, not so much great, but they have to try.
Right, but they should be good to you all the time and be there for you and to listen to you and vice versa. And the girl has to do the same. But it's all the time, not just sometimes. Not just sometimes. That doesn't work, and it's time to move on to somebody else then. And find the guy that's going to be good to you all the time.
So you would just say move on. Like, there's
Absolutely.
no... Okay.
No, especially if it's continuous, he's not going to change. It's just not.
So why do you say he's not going to change?
Because why wouldn't he be good to you if he's good to you from the start, he's going to always be good to you. Michael was great to me from the start. He wasn't a different person when I met him. He wasn't a different person 5 years in, a different person 10 years in. And we all change. Yes, we all grow. Obviously, we're 15 years older. But the way he's treated me from day one has been consistent for 15 years.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We all grow and change, and things in life have changed me a lot. But as far as the way you treat each other, that has been consistent.
You got to reciprocate.
That's important.
I mean, we go to concerts together. We do everything together.
You really do.
If I don't say, we went to go see Ed Sheeran the other night.
Yes, I saw you had such a beautiful picture.
I was crazy about it.
No, he didn't even know who he was.
But to me, it's a night out with my honey, and we have
Are you
laughs.
sure you want to go? Because you don't even know one of his songs. He goes, are you kidding? A concert outside? Have some drinks? I'll go. Whatever.
No, it was fun. It was party. Even though I wasn't crazy about all his songs sounded the same with the bunga 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 bunga. Yes, he did.
He did not.
I still had a good time.
We're
You gotta go with an
disagreeing.
open mind.
I'm an Ed Sheeran fan, and I think he's great.
You just can't dance to the song perfect for any of your routines.
Oh God, no! I wish. No. It's got ruined, right, Melissa?
Yes, every wedding couple that has come into Fred Astaire Midtown, they're like, "Hey, guess what our wedding song is? Perfect by Ed Sheeran." We're like, "Oh my God."
Boy, not another one.
Yeah, we hear it over and over and over again. I love the song, but it's officially ruined.
It's overdone. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So I was just going to ask you something about what I hear from you guys is you're still dating each other.
Oh, that's
Pretty
nice
much,
to
yeah.
hear. You know what? But we say date night on weekends. Every weekend, date
Every
night.
weekend we have a date night. One night of every week we go
Could be
for
even
dates.
some silly, just sit at a fun bar and have some drinks, or go bowling, or just nice dinner, whatever it is. We call it date night.
Bowling was fun.
Yeah. You gotta have date night. Even married 15 years, date night.
And you still enjoy talking to each other. The conversation isn't boring.
Oh, absolutely.
I love
I
it.
kind of talk a little extra too much about dance, but he goes along with it.
I heard you the first time. Yes, I know. Yes, you can go tanning.
Yes, you can.
Go tan for your tan.
So I think you surprised Gisa with the coolest vacation ever. Mike, can you tell us what you surprised Gisa with? As if just supporting her through all these dance competitions is not enough. Tell everybody what you did for her.
She always loved giraffes. She always talked about she loved giraffes. And one day she'd like to go see giraffes, in Africa somewhere, blah, 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 because she had friends that went to the Giraffe Manor. So, I planned it like 2 years ago for her 50th. I was going to take her to the Giraffe Manor on a safari in Africa. It took me 2 years to keep a secret, and finally did. I also always wanted to go to a safari in Africa.
It was huge. It was
and
crazy.
I was able to pull it off. It was 2 years in the making, and it worked out great. She got to see her giraffes, a lot of animals, and
It was
the
incredible.
people there
Best
were
surprise
nice,
ever.
and
Yeah.
everybody was great, and it was just a wonderful time.
And this is the place where you get to feed. They stick their heads through the windows as you're eating breakfast.
While you're eating breakfast, while you're in your room. Oh, and you're just surrounded by giraffes.
I got to be honest, I was getting a little jealous when she was making out with the giraffe.
Can you go wash your face now?
But I let it go.
And you can literally kiss their little noses.
I did. It was so cool.
Oh my
Best
gosh.
surprise ever. Really was.
That's like the most romantic thing ever, to spend 2 years planning it.
It was incredible.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
So
Keeping it a secret for 2 years.
that would be a hard secret to keep. My gosh, an African safari. I know, I was stalking your Facebook, looking at the pictures of the lions, and
Right? So amazing.
yes, very amazing. So I can't tell you this. I tell all my girls that follow my content about, you guys know for a little bit about my content, just as you've been watching on social media, that I'm trying to help women develop their own self-worth, to filter out the bad guys, to remain faithful that there are good men out there, because I think sometimes we're out there and we're dating. We're not hearing. I ask women, how many couples do you know? Because I tell them, don't listen to me. You can listen to me, but
Right.
the couples is where the best stuff is. And I find almost the same thread through every happy couple, where they're just like, I don't know, we're just friends. And just like how you said it. And I just kept hearing this over and over again. I'm like, the best couples say just what you guys have said, where you're friends, you hang out, you get along. And yes, would you say it's hard work? No.
It's a good effort and
It's not hard work.
good work, I would
But
say.
it is
Good
work. You can't let it get stale if you don't,
Yeah, you gotta always.
You have to keep it fresh.
And you can't just wear old lady. I'm sorry, because you're married 15 years. You can't just wear old lady pajamas. You just can't.
We
Right? You can't. You gotta still keep yourself. I feel it's nice to get your butt squeezed by your husband still after 15 years.
Yes.
Exactly. So you gotta keep yourself looking good too.
But even this weekend, we went to Chowderfest down the shore, and she got dressed up, and she had these
shorts and a tank
She had
top.
these shorts and the tank tops, and she looked hot. I said, honey, you look so great. Oh, man.
Was this the white top? I just saw this on Facebook. Was it the
No,
white?
it's like little purple shorts.
Oh, okay.
I
She
don't
looked
know.
great. I mean, I always compliment her when she wears something
He does.
cute.
He does.
Oh, honey, that's really cute.
But I'll
Or
still
like
try to
this.
wear cute things so he notices.
Yeah.
I always notice. Don't I always
yeah,
notice.
you do. But that's the
But
thing. you
sometimes
can't-
I'll say like, nah, that's not working. And, she'll go change it. Now that's nice. You know, so, yes.
Nice. I love
I always
it.
compliment her
You
when she
do.
wears
You
good.
got to keep things going all the time. But you want it for yourself anyway, you know?
Yes.
As a girl, you want to feel good about yourself.
So, Gisa, you run your own dance studio, right, in New Jersey. So you teach tap and jazz and ballet.
Hey, all those kids. Yeah.
Yes. And then you decided to do ballroom dancing as a side passion.
I do for myself, yeah. When I finally said I have the time, obviously, and the money, I said I want to do ballroom, and I want to compete, and I want to be a competitive ballroom dancer. So that was my dream.
And that you are, for sure.
Thank you.
I
Yeah, but I love it. I love it. It's just such a great thing.
I came to the first, actually last year, this month in October. I went.
It'll be a year now. Yeah.
Yes, I met you for the first time.
And you were watching all day.
Yes, and I was recording Gisa. I didn't even know her. I was like, here, I'm recording videos. I was just like in awe of everyone and everything. And it was amazing to have such talent. So you guys, Gisa is amazing. She's our most experienced and talented student at Fred Astaire. So she's our most award-winning dancer, and we have a lot. So that's saying a lot. How long have you been doing ballroom?
3.5 years.
Just 3.5 years?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
I mean, I know you have the dance skills. What?
I've been working a lot of overtime.
Yeah, I guess.
You can imagine.
It's
Yeah.
definitely not a cheap hobby.
It is not a cheap. Is it the most expensive hobby? I think it beats
Yes.
golf. I really think.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, it's.
Soccer costs me $200 a year. And I have a blast.
Oh my God. Well, what are you going to do?
But it makes her happy, so I support it 100%.
That is awesome. So, to kind of wrap this up, so you're saying no games, be best friends,
Yes.
keep it interesting,
Yes.
don't date somebody who isn't consistent,
No, and do the little things. Little things.
and do the little things.
Yeah.
Little thing, just like picking up a
Silly.
dish off the table and
Yeah, I'll
bring
do the
it
dishes
to the
for
sink.
you tonight. I'll do
like
them
some
tonight.
nights she'll clear the dishes, I'll wash them, and vice versa.
I find a little Dunkin' Donuts coffee on my desk at work. Just little things.
You have to be a team.
Hmm.
Yes.
Too
100.
extreme.
Yeah. You guys, I love it. It's just it's so refreshing and so simple, and it just makes you realize that when you're out there dating and you're sitting across from this guy and you're like,
Right.
you're trying to force it to
Right.
work.
Yeah, no.
It's not it, huh?
No.
But we have a friend. We won't mention names,
Right.
but she's been trying and trying, and she just forces
I think force is too
the
much.
same person, and we keep telling her it's not
No,
gonna work,
no.
and she'll get
She's
beat
hoping
up.
this guy will change for her.
She'll get
It's
beat
too
up
much.
and
Yeah.
get upset, and then
Yeah.
she'll quit, and then she'll go back to him again. It's
And
like,
then
stop
no,
already.
no, he's never gonna come
He's
around.
not gonna
Never gonna
change.
change. He only wants to see her when he wants to, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't
Yeah.
want to make a commitment. He doesn't want
No,
to change. He's set in
no.
his ways. Move on.
No. We
So,
see it.
yeah.
We see it. Yeah, we do see it.
And she's not seeing it. It's crazy. Like, it's amazing how she's not seeing it, and we are.
So how is it so obvious to you he's not going to change?
Oh, because I mean, we see, because the calls, when she calls me crying or upset, I asked him to do something this weekend. Oh, he can't. Oh, I asked him next weekend. Oh, he can't. Then she won't hear from him 3 weeks. Then he'll all of a sudden show up because he's free. I'm like, isn't that telling you some? Oh, but what? And then she'll make excuses. So it's so clear, but I don't know. I don't know why she's not seeing it.
He'll do things on his own. Like, she wanted to go to Vegas. He'd be like,
She
I got no
must have told him
time.
100 times.
I
yeah.
got no time. And then she finds out that he's in Vegas
He's
with
with his
friend.
brother, his
With
friend.
brother.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. Crazy.
So she'll say she wants to go to Vegas, and then he says no, and then he'll be there anyway.
Yes.
Oh,
That's a huge red flag. I don't know what is.
yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Exactly.
And what I think happens with those guys is they make huge promises when they're in the mood, which gives her false hope, and then it
Convenient for them when it's convenient for them.
yes, absolutely. Oh my gosh, you guys, this has been so awesome.
You're awesome.
Thank you. I so appreciate it. I know that it may just seem like simple everyday stuff to you guys, but you have no idea how valuable this is, because for some people out there, they have no married couples or no happy couples to talk to at all. I can't tell you how many clients have no one. And so I said, that's it. I'm doing interviews with happily married couples because
you hear how it kind of should be, or it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And I have learned, for me personally, I haven't met that guy. I just haven't, he literally hasn't come across my path. So yes. And hearing all the couples I talk to, and I spend time with them. And now, before I was scared to ask these questions, I'd be like, can I ask couples about their relationship? How do you feel when people ask you about your relationship? Does it bother you at all?
Not at all. It's awesome. I'm proud of our relationship, to be honest.
I mean, I got guys that work that make fun of me a little bit.
No, they do.
Because, you honeycomb. You gotta go home and take Tina out. Yeah, why? You got a problem with it?
Yeah, because they're jealous.
They're the relationship ain't like that. Because sometimes we go on vacation, not vacation, we go on hunting trips.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, you got to call your wife every night.
And he wants to. Yeah, because I want to, not because he has to.
Say good night. How you doing? How's your day? And they're like, I don't want to talk to my wife.
That's terrible.
It's like,
yes.
You're on vacation. I don't want to know nothing about my wife. It's like, really? So they make fun of me, but I take it in stride. It doesn't bother me.
I love it. I used to work with a guy he used to play for Nebraska football, and he was this big guy, very macho, but he would walk their little Shih Tzu Rudy, and he had this routine. He made his wife coffee every single morning, and it was just like, he was like, oh, I got to unload the dishwasher, and he just, all these things for his wife, and his wife was, yeah, and it was like, you're so cute, and people would give him a hard time, but it's like, that guy went home to a happy marriage.
It's awesome.
Yes.
It's awesome. Yeah.
Yes, awesome.
You just get Dunkin' Donuts coffee every morning.
I do get one. That's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot.
You guys are keeping the dream alive, and it's like, to me, it's the real life fairy tale. This is what I want people to be like, forget Cinderella. Like, this is real life, and it's still really great. It's like so awesome to look forward to the real thing versus this fantasy that
you think it's only on TV or in movies. No.
Yeah. What do you guys think, just as a final question, what do you think about when you see movies like The Notebook, or at the polar opposite, 50 Shades of Grey?
I love The Notebook.
You love The Notebook.
I love The Notebook.
Yeah, I cried a little bit.
I love The Notebook.
I love it.
There's still romance. There is still romance out there. Absolutely.
Yes. What about 50 Shades of Grey? Did you guys watch that?
I wasn't crazy about it. I'm more of
we're more romantic kind of type. Yeah.
I cry at movies. I do. I'll admit it. My friends make fun of me, but
Yeah.
You're so cute, Mike. I cry at movies. It's the manliest men that can just embrace it all, you know?
Carpenter, he's like such a guy. It's so funny.
It is. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. Well, I want to thank you guys so much for taking this time.
it's our pleasure.
Yes.
Best.
I hope to see you soon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Are you coming next weekend?
Absolutely. I will see you is Whippany next weekend?
Yes. Not this one. Next weekend already. Yeah.
Not this weekend, but next.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. I was going to freak out. I was like, wait a minute.
We'll be there. Tina and Mike will be there cheering me on again.
Yay. All right. I will be there. So for those who follow me on Instagram, we'll make sure to show you Gisa dancing away at Whippany, New Jersey.
Yay, thanks.
All right, you guys. Thank you so much. Have a great night.
You too, Melissa. Have a great night.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.